Owsinski's Inner Circle. I'm Bobby Owsinski, and this is a show all about music, music production, and the music business. My guest today is game composer and producer Dren McDonald. First thing, there are some things about the brain that I think every musician should know. In a book entitled The Musical Brain by Lois Fard, she notes 5 different things that are really important in learning and perfecting our instrument. The first one is we're as hardwired for music as we are for language. Infants are actually born with musical abilities. They can detect a missing downbeat at the age of 2 to 3 days and begin moving to music as soon as they have control of their limbs.
Bob prefers scientific speaking and to recognize variations in complex rhythms at about 6 months, and he may be very good memory for music. Problem is that many of these abilities are
Lost by the age of 1 because they're just not nurtured. Second thing is that practicing drives brain neuroplasticity. The more we practice, the more our brain changes. These changes are called neuroplasticity. It's a good thing. There are some ways of practicing that lead to stronger brain wiring or greater neuroplasticity, and that means we get better musical skills and stronger memory for music. Third thing is that practicing happens in the brain, not so much in the muscles. You hear the music in your mind and then imagine the movements that it takes to create that sound. So you're feeling the movements in your mind. Research has shown that we practice this way, and all the areas of the brain that would normally be involved when we physically practice are still active. So if we imagine making music, our brain is actually practicing, and the result is nearly the same as if we physically put the instrument on. I guess that means that we don't have to spend as many hours practicing if we just can do it in our minds. The fourth thing is that sleep may be one of the most important practice strategies of all. When we sleep, we reinforce the idea of practice in the brain, not in the muscles. It's been found that several stages of the sleep cycle are vitally important for encoding and then consolidation of memory, our motor skill memory, as well as for encoding and consolidation of our memory of a particular piece of music. Lack of sleep impairs both our initial learning as well as memory for a piece of music. And finally, the visual in music is just as important as learning and making music. Our brain learns by watching someone else play and then develops a template for that motion and for the sound that motion creates. So, observation and listening are really important when it comes to teaching or learning an instrument or a voice. Over the last few decades, we've added a great deal of information about the mind and the body and how they work together. What this may mean is that we can spend more time practicing without actually going near an instrument, and that can be a good thing. If you have any comments or questions, you can send them to questions@bobbyowsinski.com. Also, I'm pleased to announce that the 5th edition of my Recording Engineer's Handbook is now available.
It's totally up to
a new chapter on recording immersive audio, new hitmaker engineer interviews, and much more.
Get your copy at a special discounted price
At go.bobbyowsinski.com/recording-engineer. That's go.bobbyowsinski.com/recording-engineer. You can also find it on Amazon and Apple Books. And remember, you can learn all about the latest in music, audio, and production news when you sign up for my newsletter at bobbyowsinski.com. There you'll also find out about openings for my latest online classes and special events. That's bobbyowsinski.com.